vi- the vi- yeah. So welcome to the Partnership for International Birding Video Conference um, on birding in Dominican Republic. Today on the call and the leader of the video conferences is Luis Paz. Luis has been living in Panama, where he was born, and in the Dominican Republic, where his wife was born for most of his life. He's been a professional bird guide for over 20 years. He has studied birds extensively in Panama, the Caribbean, including the Dominican Republic, and even nearby Venezuela. At a young age, he developed a passion for nature and bird study. His early passion for bird watching led him to study biology. He has a master's of science in biology from a university in Romania, an interesting place to pursue higher education. In the last several decades, Luis has found a number of opportunities for bird research and for bird guiding. Bird guiding is really his true passion. He's led numerous numerous tours for a number of international bird tour companies. With no further ado, I will introduce Luis Paz. The floor is yours, sir.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
Okay. I'm just from Panama City. I'm right here in Panama City on a very sunny afternoon. And I would love to talk to you about this magical destination, the jewel of the Caribbean, the second largest island on the Caribbean called Dominican Republic. The thing is that's very interesting about this island is that it's not just one country that shares the island, but two. For historical reasons, the French and the Spanish disputed this La Espanola island, how some people refer as the whole territory, meaning Haiti on the west and Dominican Republic on the east. But we will focus on the Dominican Republic part because this is a very interesting place to visit. Because why Dominican Republic? Well, I will start saying that there are 32 plus 2 in discussion endemic bird species. To me, that is amazing. This is out of this world. Next, please, Leo. Next slide, please.
Slide up, Leo.
Yeah, at this moment, yeah. So I know that Charles mentioned to you more of these sites that we're going to be visiting. Well, you can see very perfectly Santo Domingo is the capital of the Dominican Republic and the first city ever founded overseas, Spain. So the first night we're going to spend it in Santo Domingo after the arrivals, depending on what time you're arriving. If you are arriving early and you have the rest of the day, I will suggest to go to the Santo Domingo Botanical Garden, which is a magical
I'm sorry,
place.
but I can't hear you. What do I need to do?
Oh, okay. Leo, please. I can hear you very well. What about the rest of you guys? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. I don't know who asked that question, but it's probably your speaker on your device.
Oh,
You're
because I-
fine, Luis. You're fine. I think it was
Okay. Okay. So there's one lady that cannot hear me.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so should I keep going?
Yep, you should keep
Go.
going.
So first night, can you see my arrow?
Yep.
I'm just
Wait,
pointing Santo Domingo where everybody is landing on that
Okay.
day. And we're going to spend the night on the colonial side, which is on the east side of the city. It's a very, very interesting and well kept colonial quarter. To me, I was amazed when I saw it for the first time. So clean and so well organized, and a lot of restaurants. We're going to be in one of the hotels within the colonial district. And this is a great, bring your binoculars out, because the Espanola parakeets, the endemic parakeets, are all over the colonial city, all over. And also, it's very good for Hispaniola lizard cuckoo. It's always good also for yellow-faced grass-quits, northern mockingbirds. What else can be seen there? The Espanola woodpeckers are also in the city. So it's very interesting. In the botanical garden, we will see more, of course, more birds. And especially if we visit the Japanese garden, the section, which is amazing. Well, so we spend the night in Santo Domingo, and next
Okay.
morning, yep.
Yeah, so do we have a slide for the Santo Domingo birding, or we just got it for the next site?
Yeah, so, okay, sorry, I forgot to mention that that night, the first night in Santo Domingo, we're gonna have a dinner somewhere in one of the restaurants of the Colonial District. And I'm gonna brief you about next 2 days.
Hey, Luisa, we don't need to talk about upper and daily briefings. Let's talk about the bird watching. So
Okay.
What's the next slide, man?
Next slide, okay. Next slide, please.
Leo, are you out there, buddy? There we go.
Okay, here you go. Los Itis National Park, which is located in the community of Savannah De La Mara. That will be when we start driving on day 2. We're going to start driving northwest to the Samana Bay. On the southern side of the Samana Bay is Savannah De La Mara. Savannah De La Mara is the most important spot in the entire Dominican Republic for the Ridgway's hawk, which is, you can see it on the left. And by the way, this is one of my pictures, personal pictures. And this amazing hawk is endangered. It was almost extinct until in 2009, the Punta Cana, the resort, and the Peregrine Fund started a conservation and recovery program of this hawk. So we're going to go there mainly to see this beautiful hawk, the Espanola hawk, endemic. On the right slide, you can see the palm chat. Okay, this is Dominican Republic's national bird. It's placed in a single family, Dulide. The scientific name is Dulius dominicus. So basically, yeah, other birds that can be seen in the forest and around the lodge, the Caño Hondo Lodge, where we're going to be spending one night in Savannah de la Mara, are the Hispaniola oriole, endemic to the Hispaniola, the Verbane hummingbird, which is a regional endemic for the Caribbean, the black crown pound tanager, which is an endemic, the one on the left are endemic, and perhaps if we have luck, we can see the double-striped thickening, which to me is a very interesting bird. It's a ground bird, very cryptic and sometimes difficult to see. Those will be the targets besides other common birds like the woodpeckers, the Antillean piculets, like the gray kingbird, the Antillean mango, and others. Next, Leo, please. Okay.
Hey, we're going to take a little break
Yes,
and
sure.
talk about the first chunk of bird watching here. And we covered Los Hatisis and we covered some birding around Santo Domingo. Anybody got any questions so far on the
Yes.
bird watch?
Okay.
And I do have a couple questions. The one person who had the technical issue, she so ordered it out. Thank you for solving that. I just want to point out a couple things. So the palm chant, you said, is an endemic family to Hispaniola, correct? I assume it's in Haiti as well, right? And then no, is the second endemic family, is that the palm tanagers, or is that another one?
Yeah, the palm tanagers is another endemic family. Yes.
So there's two endemic bird families in the Dominican Republic, right?
Right.
And you usually get them on the first kind of full day of bird watching.
Yes.
So this is nice.
The black crown palm tanager, it's fairly common in the lowland forest, but the other one, the gray crown palm tanager, is only found in Haiti. So we're not going to be able to find that one.
But the point is, for those people who are family listers, they can get those two endemic families really the first day of the tour. Not that you should stop there because you'll enjoy the rest. And then, of all the endemic birds in Hispaniola, how many do you really have to go into Haiti to get? One, two, none?
Probably one or two.
I got you.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes the golden swallow is a little difficult because it migrates. And it's more common in the Haiti, but it can also be seen in the Dominican Republic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the DR tour kind of gets all the Hispaniola endemics except for maybe one or two, but you do get all the endemic families and fairly reliably.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, to tell the truth is, I didn't really understand the family thing until somebody called us about that.
Yeah.
About 6 or 8 months ago, and I didn't really know the answer, but thank you for that piece of education.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any other questions out there? You can either unmute and ask, or you can text. And hearing none and hearing my barking dog, I am going to mute, and I'm going to let Luis continue with Los Arroyos.
Yes. Well, I think we just jump a little bit ahead, but that's okay. I can fix this. After we finish Savannah De La Mara next day, because we're going to spend one night there. After lunch, we're going to start driving back to Santo Domingo, go through the city of Santo Domingo, and drive to Bani, where we're going to be looking for shorebirds mainly, and the clapper rail in the mangroves, the Dominican race of the clapper rail. And then that will be in one day on the way back. That will be day 3. The morning in Savannah De La Mara and the rest of the afternoon in Bani. So the next day, we're going to be driving to Pedernales, which is the very southwest bordering Haiti region. Los Arroyos will be after we visit Pedernales. We're going to spend the night at Pedernales, and next day we're going to start driving north to Los Arroyos, which is mainly a riparian forest with patches of forest, and it's very good for most of the species from the Sierra de Bauruco. Like, for example, the bay-breasted cuckoo on the left, which is an endemic bird, and it's becoming very, very, very hard to find. This beautiful, that is called locally cua by Dominicans. And to the right, another possibility, and this is my picture on the right, this is the male of the Hispaniola trogon, the only one they have. And something real funny about this bird, local people call them macaws, papagayos. And I was looking, what? Papagayos? There's no papagayos in the Dominican Republic until they pointed to me the trogon. But this is a local name. So these are two possibilities in Los Arroyos. These are also possibilities, the parrots, mainly the parrots. The Western tanager and the scaly-necked pigeon are more likely to be seen a little higher, probably in Zapoten or in Rabo de Gato. But Los Arroyos is a good start to start going up the Sierra de Bajoruco mountain range. This is another two very interesting birds. The Espanola Emerald is the only endemic hummingbird to the Dominican Republic. The Antillean mango and the vervain that I showed you previously, there are regional endemics from the Caribbean islands. So any questions so far? These species are mainly found, for example, the Hispaniolan crossbill. This Dominican Republic is the only Caribbean island with this species of crossbill because of the altitude they can get there. Dominican Republic is the only island with a mountain of over 10,000 feet high. That makes possible the existence of pine trees. Crossbills are specialists in pine trees cones. They eat the seeds inside, and that's why they have the special beak to get the seeds from inside the pine cones. The other two, the Antillean sistine and the Espanola spindalis, can be found in Los Arroyos and also in the Rabo de Gato and La Placa Trail. But the crossbills mainly in pine forest. Okay, this is a very interesting slide of endemic peewee, locally called maroita by Dominican, the Spanielian peewee. It is mainly found in mid-elevation forest from 600 meters up to 900 meters, not in the lowlands, very rare in the lowlands. This is the other lizard cuckoo they have in the Dominican Republic. This is very, very common from the lowlands. Almost everywhere you will see this cuckoo all over the place. And also as well as the Spanielian woodpecker. Melanerpes striatus is so common, but so beautiful. I would like to hear some questions before I get to the next slide.
Okay, so I did get a nice question texted in. Thank you very, very, very much. Somebody asked how many endemics on the tour, and I'm going to rephrase that in two parts. How many Hispaniola endemics on the tour? I think you said 32. Is that
32
right?
plus 2.
Gotcha. So there's 32 in DR in the Dominican Republic, 2 others in Haiti that we probably will not see
Right.
in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
But then there's also a pile of Caribbean endemics. That would add what? Another 25, 30 species to the count?
Well, it is very important to know. It's very important to know that this spot that we're going to visit for 3 days, called the Sierra de Bajoruco, is one of the best spots in the entire Dominican Republic to get most of the endemics.
Right.
With no problem. I mean, you cannot promise all of them, right? But at least 20.
Right, and so what you're right. I think you missed. So the endemics Hispaniola. What other endemics do you add to the tour that are Caribbean endemics?
Like, for example,
like the West Indian whistling duck. I don't even know if you get them.
The West Indian whistling duck. These are we can see those. We can see those easily. They're from the lowlands, from the lakes and lagoons. They're pretty common. Even in the,
Wait, so again, beyond the 32 Hispaniola endemics, about how many other Caribbean endemics do you get?
sorry, Chuck, I cannot hear you very well. It's breaking up a little bit. Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the thing right
Okay.
close to my mouth.
Yeah, good.
So beyond the Hispaniola endemics, the 32 plus 2, how many Caribbean endemics do you
okay.
typically get?
Okay, you can see the, okay, let's see. You can see lots of the North American warblers in migration. It's fantastic. I've never seen so many.
No,
warblers.
but
You mean
I think
Caribbean?
you're missing my question still.
You mean Caribbean?
Yes, so what other Caribbean endemics do you see?
At least 20 more species of Caribbean
Yeah,
regionals.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
That's
at least
Okay.
21 of them.
right. Okay, good. Any other questions out there? And yes, I gotta switch my microphone. I apologize for that. Any other questions out there? They are welcome. You can unmute or you can text away. Hearing none, Luisa, I think you can go ahead to the next slide.
Yeah, well, we'll skip on this slide
Okay.
because this is the broad-billed toddy, the one I'm just circling. This is the very common toddy. It is called the Dream Dwarf by the local people. El Duendecillo Verde by the local Dominicans, because it's all over any place where a stream is found, you can find them there, calling all day long, and they make their nest on the banks of the rivers and streams, making like a whole, like bank swallows, about the same. This is a pretty common toddy to find. And besides that, a very interesting fact about Dominican Republic, there's a Jamaican toddy, one species, there's a Cuban toddy, one species, and there's a Puerto Rican toddy, one species. Dominican Republic has two toddies, the broad-billed toddy and the narrow-billed toddy. Another reason to go to Dominican Republic, right? And also, here you have the beautiful picture of this Espanola parakeet eating some berries. This picture was taken in the university campus of the University of Santo Domingo. And this is the other woodpecker that can be found. Is from the Mesoptites genus. This is the Antillean piculet, another endemic woodpecker. So these three birds on this slide are endemics to the Dominican Republic, sorry. Oh, here's the queen. Here's the special place, the Mecca. This is the place where you must go to see most of the endemics. And that's why this place is scheduled for the last day. The best for the last, this is the cherry on the cake. If we don't get some of the birds of the species, the endemics on the other trail, this is it, but we need to look for it. And also it's very good for potus, like the northern potu. Here's the other toddy. This is a little more from the mid elevations, the narrow-billed toddy or chiqui. But to me, the most special bird to the Dominican Republic is this Lascelles thrush. Guys, in order to see this bird, we need to be in Zapoten or in Los Arroyos before 6 o'clock in the morning. These birds, those on the road, on the trail, looking for food, once the sun rises, he's gone. He's gone. So we need to be there at dark. But this is a bird shared by the two countries, by Haiti and Dominican Republic. La sail means the chair. This is a massive called la sail, like the chair on the Haitian side. And this is another endemic to the Dominican Republic, white-fronted quail dove. Very secretive. We need to be very quiet, be early in the same spot in Zapoten can be seen, and be patient and make no noise and wait for them to come. So these three species can be found in Zapoten as well. Oh, the Oviedo Lagoon. This is going to be one of the two. Well, we're going to visit one lagoon, and on the way back from Zapoten, we're going to visit a lake. But this is.
Hey, Luis, we're just going to stop for a couple questions.
Oh yeah, of course.
I did get a good one from the outside there.
Okay.
And this is one of these questions. It's always a little difficult
Go ahead.
to answer. So basically, they're looking for a difficulty of the daily hike profile. How many walks on the tour are over 1 mile on a continuous basis?
I don't think we're going to be walking a mile in any of the trails.
Right, and truly, the trail conditions you would describe as fairly good, right?
Well, until the road conditions to Pedernales, to Los Arroyos is okay, no problem. To Rabo de Gato and La Placa is okay, but the real challenge is Zapoten.
Right. But that we're doing by vehicle, correct?
Yeah, by vehicle, high clearance. Be ready for a rough road because the road is really a bed river, a dry bed river.
Yep. I just want to focus on the walking for
now.
right now.
The walking will be fairly flat trails, nice weather, and probably less than a mile walk, less.
Right. So the typical day, the longest walk would probably be like a half a mile, if that.
Correct.
And it's fairly easy. I have to say, almost all Caribbean bird watching is truly some of the easiest in the world in terms of the walking requirements.
Yes.
So I would say the Dominican Republic, like other Caribbean birding, does really not involve a lot of exhausting walking.
No.
And it's fairly flat because these are island nations. So if the trail quality is pretty good, it's pretty much easy peasy. I won't name the other Caribbean country, but we had a person who broke her leg. It was a private tour, it was a family tour, and she broke her leg like, I don't know, 4 weeks before the tour, and she went on the tour with no problem. So praying to God I don't have another broken leg on a tour ever again. But the point is, the daily hikes are pretty easy. And this person asked some other questions. I will cover those at the end. Any other good questions out there? They are all welcome. Hearing none, we can move on. Luis, you want to pick it up with Oviedo Lagoon there, friend?
Sorry?
Luis, you can continue.
Okay, good. So the Oviedo Lagoon, we're missing one trail, which is the Aceitillar, or you call it different, Alcoa. That was an old mine. That is before Pedernales. We're gonna make a right turn on a nice road to the top of the mountain. We're gonna do the birding from dry forest up to mountain forest. From the car, we can stop, make several stops. We don't need to walk much. Just, make stops whenever we see activity. That's in the Aceitillar Trail. And the lagoons, the Oviedo Lagoons is a must. We need to stop there for American flamingos, whimbrels, black-necked steels, willets, herons, egrets, and also for roseate spoonbills. The other good place will be on the north side of the Sierra de Bauruco, will be the Lago Enriquillo. It's a very salty lake, which is under sea level. This lake is about 46 meters times 3 under sea level. It's very interesting. So this is we're gonna have like 3 different spots for shorebirds and water birds. Also in Bani, it's a very nice location for shorebirds. Very, very good for flamingos too. By the way, this is my picture of the clapper rail done this year in the mangroves of Bani, of Salinas. Right? Pretty easy. I just played the tape and it came out very easily. And these 2 others, this is a pectoral sandpiper from Salinas in migration, and a little blue heron. So it's very interesting for shorebirds and for flamingos too as well. And this is the Rabo de Gato trail, and Rabo de Gato is a trail next to the rustic cabins that we're going to be using for one night prior to go to Zapoten. The Villa Barrancolí, which is run by Kathy Wallace. I don't know if you know about her. And these 2 birds are very pretty easy. Besides the others that we found there, the Antillean Euphonia is very similar to our elegant Euphonia from Panama. And this is a bird that I need to see, and I haven't seen it yet. The flat-billed vireo. It's a endemic vireo to the Dominican Republic. You can see the trails are fairly easy, fairly flat. We don't need to climb those hills. You can just go through the hills, and it's very easy. The weather is nice, not going to be too hot. So we're going to cover a lot. Another good spot for rufous-throated solitaire. That's my picture. The least Poroki or Torico. And this is another bird from the monotypic family. This bird was considered a warbler until not too long, but they're now placed in a single family. They're not warblers really. There are 2. There's another one that we need to add, which is the Highland Mountain Tanager. These are tanagers. This is the green-tailed ground tanager, the one I'm pointing. And there's another one, which is the white wing or Highland Mountain Tanager, that they were placed in the warbler family Parulidae, but not anymore. They belong to different families, to different monotypic families. Also can be found there. In all of these trails, Rabo de Gato, La Placa, or Zapoten, or even Los Arroyos. All this in the Sierra de Bauruco. That's why it's so important to visit this place, because it has most of the endemics to the Dominican Republic can be found in this area in the southwest, bordering Haiti. Now we can have questions.
That was the last slide, Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So, hey, so back to that least Paraki. How big is that little thing?
Oh, the least
how many
Paraki.
inches
Have you ever seen a common Paraki? Any one of
Yes,
you?
many times.
It's about half size. It's very small.
Nice, that's cute.
It's like a midget. It's called Torico. It's very small.
Yeah, very, very cute. Nice. We covered a couple geographical areas there at the end.
We go back to the map.
Obio Lagoon, and we covered Rabo Gato Trail.
No, I want to see the map.
That?
Leo, please. When I see the map, to point.
Whoa.
Just yeah, there you go. So day 1, Santo Domingo, right? Day 2, we start driving to through Alto del Rey to Savannah De La Mara for the Rich Lake Hawk. Next day, we come back, same way back, Santo Domingo, and we start driving towards Bani, to Salinas. This is where we're gonna see shorebirds and mangrove birds, clapper rails and the flamingos. And we're gonna spend the night here in Bani. It's not too far, a few miles. Next day, we're gonna start driving southwest to Asua, Barahona, and this is where of the Oviedo Lagoon is, the blue mark, and you're right there. And we're gonna spend the night at Pedernales. Move to the left and there it is. We'll spend the night at Pedernales. So that day, we're gonna go back a little bit and go up to Aceitillar, which is in between Los Arroyos and the Oviedo Lagoon, more or less, in between. I didn't mark it. This is Los Arroyos, the green. Well, no, sorry. The green one is Zapoten. Los Arroyos is a little bit, probably we made a mistake. We made a mistake. The red one is Zapoten, sorry, and the green one is Los Arroyos, but it's okay. We can fix that. So,
Okay.
Leo? So the red mark is really Zapoten, and it was probably my mistake, sorry. And the green mark is Los Arroyos.
Right.
And then the Lago Enriquillo will be this huge lake by Neiva. Can you see it? There it is. We're gonna go there too.
Okay.
After Zapoten, Rabo de Gato and La Placa are to the right of the red mark. Well, yeah, more or less there. And then after we've done all this, we start driving back to Santo Domingo.
Okay. Any other questions out there? There's a couple texted ones in.
Okay.
Again, there's a little clarification on the endemics, so I'm going to answer it. Can everybody hear me okay? So that's 30 endemics to the Dominican Republic that we get there. There's a couple more over in Haiti that are findable in the DR. They're just a lot more easier in Haiti, where there's more records of them. But because of sort of socioeconomic political reasons, we don't go over the Haiti border, and for safety reasons.
Yeah.
And so this tour is just focused on the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And then beyond the endemics to Hispaniola, which covers Dominican Republic and Haiti, there's another 20, I would say 25 Caribbean endemics.
Yeah.
So
Not
it's
endemic.
really a 55 plus endemic species trip. And truly everybody who goes on these Caribbean birding tours, besides those endemics to just the country, they're always surprised that they get another 20, 25 Caribbean endemics as well. Some of those, obviously, you get on other Caribbean islands as well.
Yeah.
But I think that covered that one question. And then the other question was about
You're breaking up. So
we always am I there? I'm back. I hope I'm back. Anyway, yeah, so we do follow up the video conferences with a lodging list. I will send that out. And I really don't want to talk about it now, because any of it is bad. We actually try to avoid the terrible lodging in the Zapoten area. It's sort of a must place for bird watching, but you can actually stay at a decent place about an hour and a half away. Yeah. I don't usually like to lose sleep over lodging, but in this case, it's definitely worth getting up early in the morning and avoiding this lodge up in the Zapoten area. Again, Zapoten is a wonderful place to bird. The lodging there is terrible.
Yeah, but only one night.
We avoid the lodging.
Yeah.
But I will cover all.
You're breaking up, Charles.
And the person who asked that, okay, again, the person who asked that question, feel free to text me your phone number and I will call you and explain more. Did you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
good. Sorry about looking at my mouth.
Okay, Charles, did you answer the security issues related to Haiti?
What?
Did you answer the last questions? Are there any security issues related to Haiti at the southwest sites?
I'm not seeing that question. Go ahead and
It's
answer.
on the text. That's okay.
All the texts are supposed to come to me, but that's fine. You can answer. Go, my friend.
You know, of course, there are issues about security and more related to the situation in Haiti, of course. But we avoid, just like Charles mentioned, we avoid get too close to the border. And besides that, I know local guides that can take us through safe places. It's not like that I'm going to be by myself. That no, I'm going to hire myself a good local guide. We need to help the local economy, and they know the places and they know where to take us safely. Because if I was in Panama, I have no problem, but Haiti is not safe. That we need to be clear in that. We know that.
Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, we avoid Haiti because it is dangerous.
Of course. Of course.
One of my best clients went there about a decade ago, and he actually did do birding tours for about 1.5 years after the Haiti experience.
Yeah.
So we just want to avoid it. Anyway, any other questions out there? Because I think we're gonna wrap it up. I just have a couple administrative things. And Leo, if you want to go ahead and chop off the recording, you can.